Okay. I'm trying this live chat out. Okay. So I have a YouTube coach now and more like a friend. She was saying you need to go live at least 10 to 30 minutes a day. And I was like, why? Like, I can't do that. Like, I don't have the personality to like hold people's attention for a long, extended period of time. Okay, but I'm gonna try it. Um, so y'all already know a little bit about me. What can I talk about? I don't know. Okay, so y'all know I like to eat healthy. Here's my pistachios. So I usually eat either the salty pistachios, the peppers pistachios, or the really hot spicy ones in the red bag. And I forgot the name of the one in the red bag. But that keeps my nails long and my hair long. Okay. That's what I do to keep my hair and my nails long. And then also my oily vitamins. Now, let me go ahead and get my oily vitamins out because I haven't taken them for today. And I want to go ahead and do that and get that out the way. So, you know what? Actually, give me one moment. I'll be right. Okay, aha. Here's my oily vitamins that I take. So y'all don't see me take my oily vitamins for today. I usually only do like 2 a day. That's recommended. I take them at one time. I don't spread it throughout the day because I might forget that I already took one and I'll eat 2 and then 2 again, you know. Because I'll be like, did I take them? So I do it first thing in the morning. And I realize when you talk on YouTube, you get a chance to see how you sound to other people. And I realize that I don't finish my sentences sometimes. I just jump to another subject. And so now I'm starting to see that I need to finish a complete thought before starting on something else. So give me 1 second. I'm going to eat my oily vitamin. Okay. This is the way that I take care of my nails. I buy one of these little things, so it's kind of like a Diamonds cosmetic stick. I don't know if y'all can see that. Okay, and so it has, different ways to use it, starting with number one. Number one is to file your nails and the edges. So just filing the front and keeping it square nails. That's what I do. All my nails are square, really long. And some people say, oh, you look like a witch, because my nails are always long and just like curling. And I'm like, no. Even when I break a nail like these on this side, they're not that long, okay? When I break them, 2 weeks later, they're already back, looking like they're growing back out. So I don't want to say I can't help it, because if I don't take my oily vitamins, they won't grow like that. So I usually like to use only this side right here, and that's side number 4, and that's the shiny side. And then I like to buff and shine my nails. I love to buff and shine my nails on a regular basis. I love shiny nails. I don't do this a lot. Just when I get extra time. Right now I'm not working. And when you don't work, I'm gonna tell you, your nails grow longer. Because when I was working, they was popping off. Every time I was typing on the computer, they was popping off. So you can tell I ain't been working for a while. Look at that. Okay, if I haven't been working past 4 months, my nails will grow out like this. 1 year, even longer. 2 years, even longer than that. All right. And your hair, see, it's down my back now. Your hair grows longer because you're not stressed out by the job Monday through Friday. You don't have to ask to use the bathroom. You don't have to ask to go on breaks. You're just at home taking care of yourself and your children. And y'all see my beautiful ring. And so this is what I do in my spare time is I take care of myself. You already saw me go on my morning walk. Oops. I don't normally go live. See, I just broke my nail. Well, not really. The side of it looked like it was about to break. But they're really flexible. The longer they get, the flexible they get. And they start to know, like, hey, they're going to get some nicks and dings every now and then. So just get used to it. But, yeah. So, like, shine my nails. My nails are used to when I get into hard work and stuff. My nails just like to grow. My hair likes to grow. Especially when I'm not working. But anyways, yeah, I got a YouTube coach. She's more like my friend. She has a live channel and she's doing very well. I think it's like Divine Jewelry or Divine Prosperity. I forgot. She's probably going to be mad at me after seeing this, but she'll just give me some tips and tricks, like get a ring light and, you know, go live every day for 10 to 30 minutes. I'm like, how does she do it? It's nothing to talk about. Like, I like when I talk to people and they can talk back to me. Not like I'm the only one who's talking. So, anyways, you can see how shiny my nails are after doing the nail shine. Look at that. It's so pretty. Beautiful and shiny. These, yeah, see, I bring out the shine. I buff out my nails. And I don't normally go across my nails, but you can remove the ridges on side 2. You can file the nails as well on side 1, but it takes up my time when I do too much to my nails. So just shining them is good enough for me. And I don't do too much to my nails. I just let them grow. Sorry, y'all, if I'm boring. So anyways, yesterday I went to the store to buy me this Vaseline because it smells good and it can hold me over for the winter. So like if I feel myself getting ashy on my hands, I'm gonna start using this Vaseline. So it's here for the smell good. It smells good. It smells like when I used to use the cocoa butter lotion, that's what it smells like. I stopped using the cocoa butter lotion because when I put it around my face that one time, I got a, what's that thing called? A heat burn? Is that what it's called? I got a heat burn around my sunburn, excuse me. I don't know why I said a heat burn. I got a sunburn around my face. And it was there for 2 months. It took 2 months for my face to go back to normal. And so I will not do that again. All right. So I'm just going to put this on to smell good for today. And I'm going to be changing some stuff up around the house as well. Because, you know, like I said, it gets boring being at home by yourself. You know, like the kids at school and my husband at work. I'm like, what does a stay-at-home mom do all day? You know, cook and clean. Okay, that gets boring. Well, the house is already clean. I didn't cook anything. Because I'm like, if my kids are not here or my husband's not here, I'm not going to cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, this whole summer I did. And I was just like, ooh, I'm so glad school is back in because I'm not doing that all day, every day. It was tiring. But now it's like, when they're gone, I'm bored. I don't have nobody to talk to but the phone. And You know, I got subscribers, but it's not like it's enough to interact with me and keep me motivated, you know. See, now I gotta try to put it back in the bag because I don't like it when I take my nail file out and it's just out in the open. I feel like it'll get dirty real quick, so I try to put it back in this bag. I know some people are like, once I take it out of the bag, I throw it in the trash. But me, I'm like, I try to put it back in the same thing, the covering that it had on it when I bought it, because it keeps it from getting dirty. And I get real particular with my nails too. So yeah, y'all. I got my one friend that got even longer nails than me, Miss Jeanette. Her nails are like this long, like 2 inches long. Mine are 1 inch long. Hers is 2 inches long. And I know I was hanging around her for a while, and then next thing you know, my nails is like this short. Now they're this long. So yeah, it does pay to have friends that have the same interests as you, because you feed off each other's energy. And I miss her. Literally, I lost her number because Boost Mobile, I'm not gonna put them down, but they did turn my phone off because I did not change over my number and from 3G to 5G quick enough for them. And so they turned my phone off, and then I had to pick another number. So that's why I lost all my contacts. So if I was talking to you before and I'm not talking to you now, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just I don't have the same contacts that I had before. And I would love to find her number so we can talk again, because we had really long conversations about nails and other things like that. But since I'm an information channel, I'm going to give y'all information on how to get your nails long. Of course, you already saw the vitamins. You already saw the nail file that I use. You already saw me going for a walk, because exercise is important too. I don't go to the gym because gym membership costs too much. I'm on a budget. Like I said, I'm a veteran, and I'm a stay-at-home mom and stay-at-home wife until something changes in the future. That's what's going on right now. I'm trying to change that. I'm trying, y'all. I be filling out applications, filling out applications, filling out applications, filling out applications. And I'm like, when is my number gonna come up for me to be a millionaire? Okay? I've been waiting. I've been patiently waiting. Okay? Giving my best advice. Helping as many people as I can, okay? I swear to God, like, oh, what was I gonna say? These elderly people in our neighborhood, our neighbors, we help them all the time. We give them corn, they give us cucumbers. So we barter back and forth with them. Also, volunteering. I volunteer in my spare time. I be doing the most. And I don't even have a job to fund some of my ideas, like my poetry business. Hanging on by a thread, okay? I ain't gonna say I get given up on it, but I haven't redid my book in a couple of months because my computer crashed on me. And that's another life update. It was so terrible, y'all, okay? I could have cried, but I didn't, because I was like, let me put my pride to the side. Because what I came here for, I feel, is to be poetry and to show people how to love poetry again. Love words, written words, spoken words, and, you know, thrive off the energy of the words. I had to put that to the side for a little bit because I was driving more towards my poetry and putting less energy in my channel. And now I'm gonna have to go back to put more energy in my channel than in my business. You know, and I hate to have to do that. I hate to, okay? Because my passion is poetry. You know, social media is all right, don't get me wrong, but my passion is poetry, okay? I love, love, love to write inspirational words to people and to inspire people with my words. That's what I feel like I came here and I was called to do. Now, I've been all I can be in the Army. And I've done all I can do, when it comes to being at these jobs. And I'm trying my best to venture out on my own and do my own thing. So I might go back to making, baskets. And I know everybody's like, there was people in the family was asking me to go back to making baskets. But that wasn't my passion. I'm gonna just be honest. It was just something I was doing to make money. But people like that more because I was putting things in there like little candies and little fruits and stuff like that. And I'm like, I got away from it because I wanted to go back to my passion, which is poetry. I said, okay, I'll go back to making baskets, but I'm going to incorporate my poetry some way, somehow. Okay. I can't give up on my dream, because, I feel like, hey, this didn't work out this time. I need to push forward. I need to push past that. I need to have a moment where it's like, my divine time is here. I have arrived. This is what I came to do in this life, and that's what I need to do. Okay? Y'all, this is somewhat of a ramble because it's hard to get a topic and stay on it, especially on a live. You don't have anybody to keep you, on one subject and not from moving from one subject to the other. So I will work on that. This is my second live, I think, or either my third. I don't remember. I'm going to keep trying to better myself on these social media platforms. Like I said, I do have somewhat of a coach. She's helping me. Her channel is already successful. I think she was like, you can have your channel successful if you go live. So I'm like, okay, let me try it. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying it, y'all. I'll probably do it like maybe 1 or 2 days or even until something else comes into fruition. I'm trying to just stay occupied and, give back to community because I'm still going to be trying to volunteer here and there. But I decided I'm not going to do volunteering a whole lot because, like I said, you don't get paid for it. You just get like thank yous and little, maybe hats or shirts every now and then, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, but I need to get into something like maybe either real estate, selling cars or something where I can, maximize my effort. Maximize my profit in the least amount of time, so the least amount of effort. Okay, and so I want to take y'all on that journey with me. If you've already been on that journey and you know what to do, please comment and share with me. Okay, let me know. I got my email and stuff and all my contact information on my channel. And I used to post it every time when I made a video. Now, I don't want to say I'm burnt out, but I'm just to my, kind of like my lowest low on putting out on the social media platforms because sometimes I feel like people have their favorites and they only go to those channels. They don't even, look to support anybody else. It's almost like being a small business when you're a small YouTube channel. You only have your friends and family as support. And other people don't really look until you get big. And it's only so much I can do in one day. It's 24 hours in a day. And I can, talk, and I can improve. But I do have to have help and someone giving back. So, they're pouring into me as I pour into these social media platforms. That's what I need. That's what I meant to say. That's where I'm going with this. It's hard to pour out so much energy into social media and get little to no energy back. Like I'm saying, like I used to make sometimes 20 videos a day. So the hours and the amount of time it took me to make those videos, edit, send them out to people I know, it was tiring. I know by 5 o'clock when my husband and my kids did come home, I was extremely tired. Like I had worked a full-time job, but it was no reward behind it. I know some people say, oh, you're monetized. I say in my mind or in my will, I'm monetized because that's why I put that energy in it. But in real life and in actuality, I'm not monetized. They're like, we have so many subscribers. I'm like, just because you have a lot of subscribers does not mean you're monetized, okay? Um, I wanted to make a separate video on that. Like, people who are monetized are not really telling you the truth on how they got monetized, okay? Sometimes they had a little bit more help than what you think. It's not as easy as just turn on your phone, make a video, and then now you're getting monetized. They had some help. I don't know whether it's friends, family, or somebody in the corporation, but it's not that easy. Because I've been turning on this video for maybe 2 years, okay? Giving back to my social media platforms and trying to kickstart off my social media, venture. And I realized talking on social media every day helps you with speech, clarity, gathering your thoughts, and making better videos and content. It makes you more aware on how you look to other people when you're talking, and it makes you want to dress up more and do more. But that does not mean that you will be rewarded for your improvements. I wanted to let people know that. They say, oh, is it worth it to start a YouTube channel? It might be. It might be. Like you said, there's so much research you got to do. There's only certain areas that's making money. And not everybody will support you in your beginning, middle, or end. There's been plenty of times that I've given up and say, I'm not making any more videos until I get some followers. I get some followers, but I'm still not monetized. And I'm like, okay, it didn't work. I got more followers, but I didn't get monetized. So it's like, keep putting yourself out there. But that's tough. It's like me applying for these jobs. I've been putting in work for 2 years applying for jobs. And I still haven't got another job. Okay. It's worth going out to, and it can pay all my bills. I have to add that on too, because you can probably find a job at McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's or Hardee's or wherever the case may be, some type of fast food restaurant. But you have to think about, will it pay all of your bills? You have to think about that, especially as a parent. So if you're by yourself, you don't have to think about these things. But as soon as you hit your adult stage, you have to start thinking about those things. Like budgeting, where every dollar goes, where your attention span goes. What are you doing before and after work? Who are your friends? What environment are you letting yourself or allowing yourself to be, put in? And I think about that on a regular basis. And I know sometimes people say, like, you shouldn't always think about that, no matter where you go, but you do have to do that. Oh, hi. Okay, looks like Savar. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, this is my second time going live. My name is Monica. Happy to meet you. I really appreciate you joining me. So just a little bit about me. Pretty much 8 years in the military. I love to spend my time being a stay-at-home mom and wife, and I like to help people. That's my motto. And I know sometimes when I go places and I tell people I love to help others, they don't believe me. But there are still some genuine people out here in this world. There are still some people who want to help the community out here. And so definitely, oh, that's my husband calling. I'm sorry, y'all, but yeah, so it's definitely some good people still out there, as far as like their well-being, their mind, body, soul, things of that nature, who care about themselves, but also not just caring about themselves, but others. So as soon as I find something out on how to help myself, I'm like gladly putting that information out to other people, and sometimes I might give out that information and somebody doesn't want it. And so that's why I decided to start making videos because, I can be long-winded when I first meet someone and I want to tell them so much of all the experiences that I had and how, I can help them and encourage them and make their lives better just like my life has improved. Um, but like I said, sometimes people think that you're actually, bragging versus trying to help them. So I do have to be careful when I share because I get so excited and I put so much energy into it. They're just like, why is she overly excited just to tell me, how to improve my credit score or how to, get my nails or my hair long or something like that. And I'm just like, okay, let me step back. Let me like taper back. And it's so hard for me because like I don't want to do that. It's like, growing up and going through life, this like long journey, I realized like whenever I asked a question, I wanted more details. And I wanted to spend more time with people who are like-minded, but I get like a short amount of time with them. So I'm so glad that we have social media now because you can spend a long amount of time with someone who can give you that information back that you're looking for. And so, oh, hi. I got someone out here. Okay. Khan, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, you will come into contact with a lot of people in your life. You will, get on this journey and you might find somebody like, oh my goodness, I talked to them one time and I had like a great connection. It seemed like they were reading my mind or they went through some of the same or similar experiences that I went through. I would love to talk to them again. I would love to meet up with them again, but it's like, oh, I forgot to ask them their number, or I forgot to ask them their social media, or I forgot to, try to schedule to see them again. So that's why I'm happy that we have social media. So if you see something that you like, you can just go ahead and just add it on. And you can keep going through those different videos and seeing why do you have so much in common with this person. And you'll see that you did some of the same similar things or experienced some of the same similar things because you have a similar personality. So that's why you like them so much. And I didn't realize that growing up. That's why I said some of my, best friends, we have a whole lot in common. Okay, so much to the point where it's like we all wanted to go out and get the same car. We all wanted, our kids to do soccer. We all wanted our kids to learn how to swim or have a life skill that worst come to worst they could fall back on. And I know it might seem like I'm rambling because I'm so excited and passionate when I start talking. Okay, so when I meet someone new and I find out I got something in common with them, I will keep going. I will keep going until they say, oh, I got something else to do, or I got to go here and I got to go there. And I'm just like, let me see if I can ask them for their number. But these days, people don't give out their number. They want to give out their social media because there is a lot going on in this world. Okay. And let's just be honest, you want to protect yourself and protect, anybody who you come in contact with. But I'm very grateful for social media. So when I come in contact with like-minded people like, you all, I can see y'all again by saying like, okay, during the video, I have this person right here. I'm gonna go ahead and save them. Whether it's follow, find, how can I talk to them again? You know what I'm saying? It's easier. As before, it's like if they didn't have a phone, you couldn't call them. They didn't have a number or they had to change their number or you didn't get their email address or they had to move. It's like I will never see that person again. But I really enjoyed their spirit. I really enjoyed our conversation. I like the way that we kind of mesh together. And sometimes it's like you don't do everything like that person, but just the way that they talk to you and the way that they make you feel when you talk to them or they talk to you, they're pouring into you instead of pulling from you. And now that you found that person, you don't want that, that experience to end. And so that's how I normally feel on a regular basis. So like when people come in contact with me, they're like, hey, where did you grow up at? It seems like I've seen you before or I know you. And I'm just like, no, this is the first time you met me, but it's like, I have one of those like warm spirits and, like a warm, comforting feeling when I come in contact with people. And so that's why I feel like more relaxed when I come on here. Because I know like that's what I'm trying to do with my mission, and with my own motto. Like I said, I was in the military and I had the Army mottos: loyalty, duty, respect, self-service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Yes, we had those as the Army values, but my own value, from my own like thing that I like to, stand loyal to, is I want to help people, period. That's what I came here for. So if I know something, whoever's around me who needs that same help, I'm going to pour that into them. So like my neighbors, they come over all the time and just like, oh hey, how you doing? They come over a whole lot. Cause like I don't want to say I have an open door policy, but they know like you don't have to call first. If you need to just come over and talk to me a couple of moments, like I need a little bit of encouragement. They know that I'm going to encourage them. Like they just know that. They don't have to like, say, well, one day she's gonna go off on me, or one day she's gonna, try to say, get out my face. I don't want to. No, I've never been that way. Every time, someone comes up to me, they know what to expect. I'm very consistent and I'm very loyal. Oh, here come my husband right now. So, but he knows that even when meeting me, he's just like, hey, I want to get to know you. So it's like it's the same thing. No matter if it's my husband, it's my children, if it's my neighbors, if it's my coworkers, they know what to expect whenever they say my name or if they want to talk to me. They never say like they feel uncomfortable. Where it's like, I don't know how you're gonna react today because one day you did this or one day you did that, or no, I'm very consistent. So like same thing when you come to my channel, you're gonna know what to expect. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you a respectable answer. No matter who you are. You don't have to be a reverend. You don't have to have a PhD for me to give you respect. That's the type of person that I am. And I want a lot more people to be like that. Because sometimes, I do come into settings where you have people that say, oh, well, I have my doctorates. And automatically everybody in the whole room gives them their respect. And, I don't even tell people, my degrees and things like that. I just want to let my personality and my characteristics speak for itself. But sometimes, if I start off with all my accomplishments and who I am, then people give me respect based off of that. And I don't want the world to be like that. I want people to just respect, somebody for being a person. Not like, oh, I'm gonna help them because, they are smarter than me. No, what I like to say is, your credentials don't make you like better than anybody else. I know a lot of times when I come in the room, people straighten up. They're like, oh, here comes Monica. No, I'm friendly. I have warm spirit. Like, it was the same thing in the military. I had a high rank and they like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and let me try to. No, I was the same person that y'all are listening to right now when I was in the military. I wasn't yelling and cussing people out and belittling people. I was encouraging people. I was telling them, do the best that you can do. If you feel like you can do better, then do better. And they're like, oh, I thought you was going to yell at me. I thought you was going to get mad at me. I thought you was going to get upset with me. No, like this is how I naturally am. When I went to school, when I went to college, no, once I got my degree, I did not change. I didn't say, oh, well, look, I have my degree. No, I didn't do that. Because people, they don't want to see all of that. They want to see who you really are, like as a person, without any titles, without, even the car that I have out there. You don't have to walk in the room with all this, different things, and different, accessories to make people like you and to make people want to be around you. I never try to start off my conversations with that. I did meet a couple the other day and they started off with all their credentials. And I decided, even with the, clout that I have, which I don't have a whole lot, I don't try to puff out my chest, okay? Um, I did not reveal all the information about myself because it wasn't necessary. And I know just talking to that couple, when they met me and my husband, they didn't need to hear like all our accolades and, all our, accomplishments. They just wanted an encouraging word, and that's what I realize sometimes with people. They don't want to hear everything about you. Sometimes they want you to ask questions about them. You know what I mean? They want you to be a listening ear, and they want you to really engage with them. 'Cause this life is a journey, and you don't want to go through it by yourself because, just because you have like a spouse or a best friend or you're really close with your family, you can still feel lonely. You can still feel like they don't really understand you. So sometimes, when you meet somebody for the first time, you are wanting for a oh, you all right, babe? You're wanting for a human connection. Give me 1 second. Let me check on my husband. I think something fell. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna cut this a little short here. I'm gonna spend some time with my husband. And I really enjoyed the time that I had with you all. Thank you so much for joining my channel and just giving me the time of the day. Having that, human connection with me. Having these, kind of like a monologue at this point. I'm just the only one person talking, but feel free to comment. Feel free to say, what's on your mind or how you felt, or how you're feeling right now in this moment. Because sometimes you do need to just say something, but you don't realize that, other people are listening. Other people do care. Other people do want to spend time with you. And they don't just want to be the only person talking. Like, I want to hear back from you all. What do you have to say? You know, what's on your mind? And that's how I feel like just with everybody that I meet. So thank you for joining me today. I will be back on again live. I'm gonna try again tomorrow. Like I said, this is only my second time going live. And I wasn't sure how I was gonna tailor this, but I'm happy to see that I have someone, joining me. Thank you for both of y'all joining me. Everybody that chimed in, and and also our YouTube coach, because she was like, you need to start going live ASAP. So I did it, and I'm following what she's saying, and I'm trying to move forward, and I'm trying to better myself, and I want y'all to come on that journey with me. All right, so bye bye, y'all. Take care. Have a good one. We just gotta close this out.